Aware, yesterday, the 6th of December 2022, our President, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, assented to the National Pension Scheme Amendment Bill Amendment Bill 22, making it law. Now that particular law brings about 3 key items of reform for NAPSA. So the law addresses 3 key national pension scheme reforms, namely the revision of the minimum age limit for one-off early access to Zambia National Provident Fund benefits from 50 years to 36 years. It's very important to keep those 2 years in mind. We are reducing the ability for National Provident Fund account holders to access their contributions. Instead of waiting for 50 years, it has been reduced to 36 years. But it's a one-off access. The second part of the law that was signed by our President talks about the revision of the penalty rate for delayed contributions from 20% to 10%. This law will apply to new penalties incurred after the coming into effect of the law. So what we are saying basically is we are moving from a 20% penalty on delayed contribution to 10%. Up to the time the law comes in, up till the time the law comes into effect, the old penalty rate of 20% applies to all historical occasions or events when the contributions were paid on time. Now that the law has been signed, going forward, any default, the penalty rate will be charged at 10%. The law further makes a provision for waiver of penalties on conditions that the minister, that's the Minister of Labour and Social Security, may by statutory instrument prescribe. The conditions and eligibility for the waiver will be availed as soon as the regulations are passed. But suffice to say, work is very advanced. They have already been drafted and just ready to be passed into law to support the law that was signed yesterday by our President to allow deserving businesses or employers to request for a waiver of the penalties and for NAPSA to proceed and process a waiver when all the criteria that will be prescribed by our minister are met. Now let me go back a bit to the first item, which is ZNPF. So the revision of the minimum age limits required to access ZNPF benefits entails that all members that contributed to Zambia National Provident Fund between 1966 and 2000, but have not yet made a claim, can now claim their benefits without waiting to reach the retirement age of 50. I think that's very fundamental. Before this law was amended, all ZNPF account holders could not access their contributions till they reached the age of 50. But with the signing into law yesterday by our President, those members can now access their contributions even if they are below the age of 50. Now we are using 36 because on our records, the youngest member of the scheme is 36 years old. That's where the 36 comes in. So the whole law made sure that everyone who is a member or who has a Zambia National Provident Fund account is able to access the contributions before they reach the retirement age of 50. In a nutshell, what the law enables us to do, it will facilitate payment of all ZNPF members and allow for the closure of the accounts. Remember, some of the members that were there or that transferred from ZNPF to NAPSA ended up maintaining two accounts. The old account under the ZPF and the new account under NAPSA. So this will allow us to only have one account, close off that, allow them to access their contributions under the ZPF. In terms of how we intend to manage or to put into effect the law that was passed, that was signed yesterday by our President, at first contact, we will require members claiming to present their original national registration card. That's key for identification. Now, that is for all those who are claiming their own, what we call the self-claimers. The self-claimer is where your account is yours and you make the claim yourself. All you need is to identify yourself, and then the process that is required to allow you to